We are live.
Hockey Nation fans, welcome back to another edition of the Hockey Nation Live Show with your host, Coach Frenchie and the Boot today. And we have to go to find our co-host somewhere, somehow on the West Coast, Michael DiVillano.
Welcome back, Pierre.
Welcome back. This is the second edition of the day after we do all of the time, the World Junior Championship. Now it's time to talk about a little bit what's going on around the NHL. And the first one we have to talk about is the today happening, maybe last night, but I heard more this morning, is the Rand Callahan announced retirement from the NHL as a hockey professional player after, I think it was what, 13 years or something like that, maybe 14,
Probably, yeah.
14 15 years in the NHL. The first 8 years was with the New York Rangers, where he became the captain. And if I can recall it, you can maybe wrong, but I think he was involved with a trade with Martin St. Louis a couple of years ago with the Tampa Bay when he got traded over there. Is that right?
I think you're right.
Yep, I think it was the trade right there. Was that
Yeah, I think you're right.
And he played five years with the Tampa Bay. Honestly, he did not play last year. He missed completely the full year with the Lightnings. And today, after he announced on the Twitter account he was going to be retired. He have a good career. He played over 575 games and he scored 186 goals.
Yeah, 757 games, and
Yep.
So it's interesting because he was traded from the New York Rangers.
Yep. For Tampa Bay
with a first-round pick. This
Yep.
is really a weird trade, but look at who the first-round picks are: Josh Ho-Sang and Anthony Beauvillier to Tampa. So
Yep.
did they flip those picks to the Islanders for someone else?
They trade Beauvillier to Islanders.
And Ho-Sang.
Yep.
But that's so weird. I didn't realize that. So
They
then
gave a lot. They gave a lot to get St. Louis.
Wow, so weird. So yeah, that's so weird. So I guess what happened was Tampa got Callahan, Islanders get basically Beauvillier and Ho-Sang, and what's interesting then is Tampa also got Mitchell Stevens and Cirelli with their draft picks.
Yeah.
So that was a pretty complicated trade.
Yeah, it was a big one. It was a major one during that time. I remember, the Rangers have a chance to go higher, and they count on St. Louis, and it was like St. Louis was upset with the Tampa Bay during that time.
Yeah,
also,
I remember that.
Yeah,
but it was like a three-way trade with the Islanders, and then the other player. This is really weird. The other player, that draft pick, there was another second-round pick that became Oliver Shillington that's in Calgary. Wow, that's like a four-way trade.
Yeah, exactly. So he announced today he's retired. He have a foundation. He has Rand Callahan's foundation. He built in Tampa Bay. I think he's going to be established here in Florida. Great relation with the owners for the Tampa Bay Lightning. So he thanks both organizations on his memo today on the Twitter account. So congrats to Ryan. He has been a professional here. I don't see with was a great player, a grander player, working hard. I think at the end of the day, I think he has a good career as a hockey player.
Absolutely. Very good U.S.-born player, a leader. Just at some point, your body can't take that punishment after a while.
No, I think so too. I think you're absolutely right about that one over there. That would be a good thing to do that. Honestly, the second news was coming from the NHL. They announced their schedule for all the team, everything like that. But also the NBC, SN, their Prime or TV, their TV show over there. They announced today their schedule for what NBC have to and NBC SN. They have to show up the first day, January 13th, the match on the Eastern time. They're going to show three of them: Pittsburgh, Philadelphia, Chicago, Tampa Bay, and St. Louis, Colorado. So that would be interesting to see that. And they're going to consider what you're doing every time. The Wednesday night hockey on NBC SN, they always do that. So that would be their prime night for sure for NBC.
The
SN.
rivalries night.
Yeah, so they're going to
I like
get
that
that.
night.
So until they open up NBC on NHL on NBC, does it make sense?
Yep, that would be good.
So I think that would be good about that one over there. So that's another news over there. But what I want to talk to you today is about like something going on with the Winnipeg Jets. Effect like look like nothing is changing on the case with Patrick Lane. He's interested, excited to come back with the team. So look like the rumor, the trade bait is a little bit lower and lower, and he's excited to play maybe with Paul Stastny. That's another thing he talk about this.
That's a big deal. I mean, I think his argument is valid, which is like, who are you playing me with? You're playing me on the second line. You refuse to play me with the best centerman, which is Scheifele. So maybe they appease that by bringing back Stastny, and hopefully that works out because he's a unique talent. Like he's a monster that can score big time. He just has Blake Wheeler and Scheifele that like to play together, and Connor is like so good.
Definitely.
Like, is there a team in the NHL with a better top six?
Yes. Talking about Winnipeg Jet, we talk about the unsigned RFA for them, Jack Roslovic. After a couple of talking with his agent, Claude Lemieux, Pepe, they decide to not showing up at the training camp with no contract. And he will stay. He living in Columbus area right now, so they expect him to stay around there until something could happen with that part of there. So
I'm not sure what to make of it. I feel like a lot of people that he's a player that has more upside. He comes from the Austin Matthews class of the U.S. development program, and he certainly, when you watch him, you think, man, this guy might be a second line center somewhere. So I think he's getting buried. Obviously, he's not getting the chance to play with. It's the same thing. Like he wasn't getting a chance to play with Line A.
Yeah, he's looking for a trade at some point.
Well, how good would he be in Ottawa or Detroit or somewhere or Chicago?
Yeah,
where he's going to get the opportunity to play top 6 minutes.
Exactly. I don't know the situation why Kevin, the manager Kevin Chevaldeoff, wait on that part, or they let it go train this time for him. I think it's a RFA like this, Michael. You can send him about $1.5 million. It's done deal, or $2 million. That's it.
I think it's more about playing time. They don't think he's as good as he thinks he is, but I think he's a good player. I like him. I think he's got potential, but he's got to be. It's like Laine's argument. No, you're on the second line. What are you talking about? I'm Patrick Laine. I should be on the first line. We've seen this before in Winnipeg, so it's a little odd. I don't know if it's like a culture thing there where they're like, no, you're gonna, this is where you're gonna play, and that's it.
Yeah, because you remember those players coming from USA example, they go to Canada for the 7th team in Canada. They have not a new, I don't know if we call it like a new rules, but they have like a 7 days quarantine, and the only thing they can go is go to the rink and then come back home. Wow. For 7 days, and then they have to do also with 4 negative COVID tests back to back to back to back.
So it's like a modified bubble, like we were talking about.
Yeah, exactly.
So you think that's his problem?
No, it's not a problem. It's just like, more time they would wait for him. Like, like he's leaving tomorrow. Tomorrow is, he was going to miss a couple of days before he go to training camp. Training camp start this weekend. You know what I mean?
It makes no sense to me.
So I don't know what this take too long. Talking about RFA, we see what happened with Barzal, what happened with Pierre Dubois.
That's messed up.
So I don't know what the team is winning right now. I think everything is set up properly about the amount and the schedule and everything like that. So I don't know what the situation about Columbus and also about Islanders. Islanders, I think, is the situation is easy. I heard like the contract is already around $8 million, but they wait for the Johnny Boljak
To fall off.
LTRL, whatever they call
That
it.
makes sense.
So that's what I heard about Barzal. Now the
What
rest,
going on in Columbus is weird.
yeah, that's another one where there.
You got nobody. That's your guy. You gonna go with Domi as your number one?
Let me check, because sometimes we talk like this. We leave the
Nice.
show, and then we come back like out of the show, then say, "Oh, we have a new contract right there." I just downloading and nothing's going on. But talking about signature, that we talked about Aiden Bear yesterday, signed contract. But today we talk about the Ottawa Senators signed a rookie for ELC.
Ridley Gregg.
For 3 years, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be in around like 825 or 925. Those contract is really different. Sometimes they are
925.
925.
So you got full pop.
Okay, and they have a bonus behind that, I believe, like a couple of
92 grand. So it's 10%.
Yeah. So
I think it's a 2-way contract, right? Oh, because it's entry level.
Yeah. So that's on a good signature for again, Ottawa continues to get there. They continue to grow and to get those players. Dorian was a busy weekend last weekend, to be honest with you. All the trade, everything like that. That's pretty much what I have right now for the NHL around. I don't see anything else. If any on the news, like, you know what I mean?
I don't see much going on.
If you talk about the UFA right now, the UFA have a veteran, Shara and Harmonic did not lead to top remaining UFA. We have also Devon Shore signed a PDO with Edmonton Oilers with Randy. Oh my God, I forgot his last name. I apologize. You will. I got two PDO for the Edmonton Oilers. One is Devon Shore. I think Shore was played with the Columbus last season, right?
Who else? Ryan Stanton.
Yeah. Stanton, no?
Where did he play? Was he a D?
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. Let's take a look. Yeah, he's up there. He's 31 already. Wow.
Yeah.
Washington was his last stop. Vancouver. That's what I remember from was Vancouver.
And Shore was with Columbus?
Probably the last go around, yeah. Oh, and Columbus, Anaheim, Dallas. Yeah. He had some good years in Dallas.
Yeah. So we'll see what happened there. So I think more players going to get a couple of PDO, I believe, and because the team can add more on the test squad, everything like that. So really quiet day yesterday about the NHL. I think they're going to pick it up again for a couple of days. And, the 7th team, I believe, Michael, start this week for the training camp. I think today.
News.
Today or tomorrow, no? Or they're able to start the training camp right now. Not everybody does it. But the 7th team was not in the playoff. They have the possibility to start. And most of them
it's only the teams that weren't in the playoffs.
I'm sorry. Yeah. So the 7th team was not in the playoff. They can start the training camp a couple of days prior to January 3rd for the 24 other team.
Yeah, I don't see a lot of news on it, but we'll keep an eye open, I guess.
Yeah. So that's pretty much it. We want to talk tomorrow about. I would love to go to the division power ranking division. Talking about each division and everything like that. I think that will be something we can add more. And that's pretty much what we have for all the Hockey Nation fans. And don't hesitate to join or subscribe to our YouTube channel, Facebook page, and leave our comments. So we have any question. And we welcome you to join us for any show, because every day we are here between 11 Eastern Time and 12 o'clock, because sometimes we have also the World Junior Championship we follow very closely, everything like that. So just want to remind you, we have 3 more games today, 2 o'clock, 6:30, and 9:30, at 6 and 9:30 tonight. So big game tonight between the Russia and the Sweden. That's the game we have to watch for today.
Switzerland, Germany one's good too. You're right.
Yeah, exactly. So that's pretty much all we have, Michael. I don't know if you have anything else.
Nope, we're good.
Hey, everybody, we wish you a happy Wednesday. Have a great one, everybody.